We're gonna make like any good scholar and connect the last sentence of one paragraph to the first sentence of the next. Salutations friends, my name is Brianna Bond, otherwise known as No Ordinary Scholar, and we ended last season by determining if a character from the show Money Heist had Stockholm Syndrome. Today, we are back at it again. By the way, Money Heist, 10 out of 10 show. There once was a 10-year-old boy that had been abandoned by his parents. He refused to let a stranger inside of his house, so she ended up cursing him until the day that he was able to fall in love and have someone fall in love with him. 10 years later, he held a girl hostage and he made that shit happen. Beauty and the Beast is one of those classics that people can recognize all around the world. Heck, I recognized it, and as I was watching it for this video, I realized I had never seen this movie before. But unfortunately for Disney, this movie is also a lot of people's sole symbol for Stockholm Syndrome. But are they right? Honestly, no. We're about to break things down the same way we did for Money Heist, so we can get to the bottom of this. Learned last time, Stockholm Syndrome has some very specific symptoms and some specific conditions required for it to breed. The symptoms include positive feelings towards your captor, negative feelings towards the authorities, and a heightened sense of empathy towards your captor from spending so much time just not wanting to get hurt because you upset them. I also, last video, I did bring up that there is a special section for things related to like the captor having feelings for the captive, but because they are outside of the system of the focus person, that victim's mind, I decided to drop it for this video. So the conditions needed for whatever end results to be considered Stockholm Syndrome are the inability to escape, depending on your captor for your means of survival, being isolated from others and not having access to information about the outside world, the threat of death, thinking that your captor is kind, and depending on who you ask, them being strangers. Like I said, this is not Stockholm Syndrome. Some of these things that we just discussed do not get checked off. So let's look at the ones that do. Starting with the easy ones, they do end up having feelings for each other, and they are strangers when they meet, though that only applies if you do not believe Stockholm Syndrome has a hand in domestic abuse situations. Next, does she think of the Beast as kind? Knowing that this could also be under the realm of just a lack, they can view a lack of cruelty as kind. Our first example of this actually goes day one when the Beast gives her a bedroom instead of making her sleep in the dungeon. A more obvious example is going to be him saving her and her horse from a pack of wolves, and from there things just keep getting better and better. And that's it. Those are all the criteria that are met. Everything else is either just not present or it's super iffy. Even her detainment is questionable because A, she does end up just escaping then to be caught by a pack of wolves, and after that she just asks the Beast to leave and he lets her. Belle is not isolated from others, nor does she depend on the Beast for her means of survival. We lumped these two together because they are both undone by the walking IKEA ad. The staff of this house, no matter their form, are so nurturing to Belle that it's so significant. I could not consider her isolated. Not to mention the fact that despite Beast saying she does not get to eat unless she eats with me, the house staff went against his wishes and fed her when she said she was hungry. When talking about Belle's relationship with authority post-meeting Beast, things pretty iffy here. I would say that there are three main authority figures within the town. One, Gaston. Yes, Belle does feel distrust, disdain, though not really fear towards Gaston. She's always felt like that. Next is the asylum leader. Just because he does have the power to just rip someone from their home whenever he pleases, we do see Belle develop negative feelings towards this man, and this is occurring after she has met Beast and had her relationship with Beast. But really those feelings should be more attributed to the fact that this man is trying to take her father from her for what she feels is unjustifiable reasoning. And that brings us to our last authority figure, her dad. And this one's like really, really pushing it, because I am 99.9% sure that when we're talking about this, the authority figure is supposed to be police-esque people. But I just wanted to cover all my bases, make sure we're safe, make sure we've talked about everything, make sure you are satisfied with the answers I'm giving you. But even still, when we see her go back to her dad is calling the Beast a monster, saying some really negative things about the Beast. And she doesn't feel any type of way about her dad when he says these things. She just wants to explain. Finally, the last two items, once again lumped together because they're explained by the same thing. One, we have empathizing with your captor specifically because you've spent so much time trying not to upset them from fear of getting hurt if you do. And two, a threat of death. The issue here is that Belle is just not scared of the Beast. From the beginning, she is argumentative, she is constantly disobeying him, she's sassy, she's got an attitude. Stockholm Syndrome is a form of disassociating from one's fear. In the scene, if we even look at the scene post-wolf attack, where she's trying to tend to the Beast's wounds, he snaps, like full monster, snaps at her because it hurts, and she scorns him for it. That is not something you do out of fear. But that does leave another question. Is this universal, or is it only the Disney Beauty and the Beast that is Stockholm free? Well, scholar here. Of course I looked, I read the story, and there are some differences, but honestly, it's still a no, because he, from the very beginning in Beauty and the Beast, the story, he makes it very clear he has no intentions of hurting her. He just wants to marry her, and he makes it very clear that she is not in danger. Two, again, she can leave whenever she wants. In the short story of Beauty and the Beast, her father's not even sick, potentially at threat of death when she leaves. She just misses her family, and she asks Beast if she can go. He tells her, you can leave for 2 months. If you don't get back, I will die because I miss you so much. She has truly no real reason to go back unless she actually loves him. And so she does love him, so she goes back. But again, she's free. She's basically free to go. So once again, that is a major condition required to breed Stockholm Syndrome that is just not met. My turn to ask you now. Does knowing that Beauty and the Beast is not a story of Stockholm Syndrome change how you view it? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what I do here, then there are many ways you can support me further. You can subscribe here, subscribe to my vlog channel, just letting you guys know, because, you know, we got back from the hiatus and things are a little different now. I did move my book streams over to my vlog channel, so if you want to see those, check them out over there. Want to support me by checking out my books, The Queen of Thieves, A New Throne, available on Amazon.com. Link is going to be down below. Check her out. And of course, I did just launch my website. My website is up and it is running, noordinaryscholar.com. That is linked down below. It is also a link to a master list of other ways you can support me. But we cannot forget the big boy here. We cannot go on without shouting out Patreon. Over there you can support me for as little as $2 a month, and that will get you some pretty cool prizes. You get to see my books, the first chapter of my books early, you get to see the covers of my books before anyone else, and you get these videos a week ahead of time. If that sounds good to you, we will see you over there. Thank you for joining me on the first episode of season 3, but until next time, Valedictions, friends.